Hey, hello. I guess I am now live on YouTube. Let's see how long I can do this before my battery power runs out. Today, I wanted to address questions that people have been sending me about Haritaki and Third Eye Awakening. Not just using Haritaki for Third Eye Awakening, but some of the other uses for Haritaki. That Haritaki video I made is kind of popular, and I there's a lot of questions that I did not answer in the video. So let's start with Haritaki. How do you take this powder and not like gag, right? Because it has a very strong and complex flavor. And a lot of people have a hard time with it. Also, if you have food in your stomach and you take Haritaki, you're going to get nauseous and maybe vomit. If there are things in your stomach that are bad for you, Haritaki will detox them up and out. And so when you hear people talking about nausea and diarrhea related to Haritaki, it's because whatever is in their system, whatever is in their stomach and intestines, the Haritaki is detoxing it out. So in theory, the nausea and diarrhea will stop after an amount of time. But so taking Haritaki powder, I'm going to start with a small glass. This is like, it's like a shot glass, but it's really big. It's some kind of like old alcohol glass. And since I don't drink alcohol anymore, I've got all these like cool glasses. But so I fill it with water, right? And I have my bottle of water on hand, ready to go. I have my powder. This is my Haritaki spoon. It is like a quarter of a teaspoon. It's a very small spoon. And I know that there are people that take like entire tablespoons of Haritaki. You're going to have to just decide for yourself what feels the best for your body. And for me, I take like a heaping spoonful of this. Normally I take it at night before bed, but we're going to demonstrate this today. And so you take your little spoon of Haritaki, you take your little glass, and you just like drop it on top. Do not mix it, do not do anything, and just get it all down in one gulp. That's kind of like the easiest way, I think. And so you get a little taste of it in your mouth, but it's down fast enough that you're not like freaking out. Method number 2 of taking Haritaki powder. And this is what you'll hear people recommending if you go to the Adinam, my guru, Nityananda Paramashivam. If you go to his Adinam, take his programs, and they tell you to take Haritaki, this is how they're going to tell you to take it. So you have your little glass of water. Fill it like, have a big glass of water, really. Like, get yourself a big glass of water. You take your powder, you take your little spoon, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a small spoon of it on the tip of my tongue and immediately take the water down. So I'm going to do a small amount. Like that. And it's messy. I've now got Haritaki all over myself. But that is another way to get it down fast. Now, the thing with that, with the putting it on your tongue, is that not only is it going to like spill all over you, or at least I always spill it all over me, but if you put your tongue back in your mouth, if you close your mouth, if you inhale, you're going to suck all of this powder like up into the back of your throat, and that is a really super unpleasant experience. Trust me on this. So you have to put the small amount on the tip of your tongue. Don't close your mouth. Don't breathe in. Immediately swallow the water down. That is how you get it down. Now, if you are using Haritaki for external use, if you have skin problems, if you have acne, if you have wounds on your skin, abrasions, eczema, psoriasis, acne, anything like that, you can put Haritaki on it and it will really help with healing. that. And it will really help prevent that stuff from becoming infected and inflamed. You take a little bit of the Haritaki powder. You can either mix it with water, or if you have some kind of skin oil that you like using. When I was dealing with a lot of acne, I was mixing it with neem oil. Neem oil and Haritaki went really well together, and I just kind of rub it in, like just as a little bit of a scrub. The powder itself is not going to absorb into your skin, but when you mix it with oil, the oil will absorb into your skin. It'll help get the Haritaki into your skin. But even just kind of rubbing it on the top of your skin and letting it sit there for like a minute before you wash it off can do really tremendous, benefit. So that is what I recommend for using Haritaki for external use. I see I've got 2 people watching. Please, if you have questions, send your questions. Now, another thing that people have been contacting me about through, the Instagrams and the YouTubes and the Facebooks and all of that is Haritaki for third eye awakening. Now, you just saw me like swallow a bunch of this stuff. And I'm not like hallucinating or anything, right? Like taking Haritaki to open your third eye is not like taking LSD or DMT or any kind of psychedelic drug. Haritaki, like its primary function is to detox your body, to detox your third eye, so that you can access your like natural birthright to be able to access your third eye and to be able to access these things. It opens your third eye by like removing all the garbage that has been keeping you from using your third eye. Right? Like it's not going to make you start hallucinating. People are contacting me about, I'm afraid I might see demons or something. Like I don't know. Like it's just, that's not how Haritaki works. And if you start seeing demons, like there's some other things that you can do that's probably not related to the Haritaki. But that's a different issue. So taking Haritaki is not going to make you like start seeing colors and things. It's not like taking a psychedelic drug. It is an herb. It's an old Ayurvedic herb. When I was talking with the old Swami that is the usual resident here, I was having some stomach problems or something, and I'm like, oh, I took Kadukai Podi. And he's like, oh yeah, we use Kadukai Podi all the time. I take it every day here. He's at the main ashram in Tirupati in southern India. So this is really widespread in its use, Haritaki or Kadukai, amongst monastic Hindus and yogis. And it is accessible to all of us. Now, if you are interested in third eye awakening, if you really want to have a third eye experience, right? Like people all, like you all want to experience something, like everyone wants to have an experience. Sign up for my guru's program that he is running right now online, Paramashivoham Level 2. I will put the link in the comments. So if people that are watching now, if you wait for a second, or actually I'll type it into the chat. Shivoham. So I just typed the link into the chat. I will make sure the link goes into the comments when I upload this video. Go do this program. They've announced dates through the end of May. After that, I don't know. But the program is being offered entirely online. And it is very, very, very much like doing the program in person in the Adinam, right? Like I was in the first batch. And even though I was like massively ill with COVID, I was really, really super impressed by how well they ran this program and the kinds of processes and initiations and different meditations and things that they were able to do. I was really, really super impressed. Not only have I done programs in the Adinam, but I was on the programs team as part, one of the people running the programs. And so having been like on both sides of, how these programs are done, I was really, really impressed by how well they were able to do it online and how accurately they were able to present the experience of doing a program with my guru in his ashram, in his adinam. Um, it is a very intensive program. It's a very long program. Like, you have to be able to, show up on time and sit through the whole thing, and stay focused and engaged. There are opportunities to engage with the other people in your local area. Everyone's online, of course, because so many people are still under, like, everything's shut down, under shelter in place orders, things like that. Um, the program cost is donation based, and no one, as far as I know, no one is being turned away for lack of funds. I mean, I have no income, so I didn't pay any money, but I've also committed myself to being a sannyasi. So, you give what you can, and you just have to make the commitment. You will receive third eye initiation. There are other initiations you will receive. Not only will you be initiated and have your third eye opened, but you will be trained on how to use your third eye. And when I was working in programs, this was kind of the biggest stumbling block that people had, that they were like, I paid all this money and came all this way to have my third eye awakened, and now I'm not having an experience. Like, yeah, okay, you came all this way, you paid all this money, you had your third eye open. It is now your responsibility to use that third eye. Third eye experience is not like doing LSD or DMT or psychedelics or anything like that. It's not like your third eye is open and all of a sudden it's, lights and things. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. It is a very subtle experience. And even, learning how to see with your third eye can be a real challenge for people. A lot of people have a lot of doubt. A lot of people have a lot of preconceived notions. And so when you have your third eye awakened, one of the first things that they train you to do is to move objects, right? So, and they usually do it with a coconut, but you can use any like round fruit or vegetable. Like, I've rolled all kinds of round fruit or vegetables, but you put it in your hand and you roll it out of your hand. And also you log on to the other people, and using your third eye through the video conferencing software, you are able to roll your coconut or your, tomato or whatever off of other people's hands while you're watching them on the video conferencing software. And so, because so many people really struggle with, doubt and preconceived notions about the third eye experience, this one, you don't have to see anything. It's very real. It's very physical. You can see it. You can feel it happening. It's, kind of this first way to kind of break that doubt and to start to trust yourself in using your third eye. Because when you start getting into, having visions of other dimensions and other beings and reading the Akashic records, even like reading blindfolded, there's, you kind of have to learn what things look like in your third eye and how to see them. And that, it can take some time for people. It can really take some time to learn. It's a very subtle experience. And it's one of those things you just have to keep trying until it clicks. And that's what they do. They have you sit and keep trying until it clicks. So please sign up for this program, make the commitment to do it, and do it, and get your third eye awakened and start to learn how to experience third eye awakening. Because it's one thing to have your third eye awakened and then just like, I don't know, like there are so many people that have had third eye awakening that are just like clueless, that expect it to be something else, that expect that they don't have to do any work, but you have to do work, right? Like, it's your own being. You need to take responsibility for your own being and not just sit there passively and expect everything to be done for you. So, okay, we're coming up 15 minutes. Thank you all for attending, and please, like and share this out with the world. And Nityanandam.